Hey YouTube, Apple School here. So let me ask you a question. You want one of these bad boys on November 3? If the answer is yes, stay here, don't go anywhere because I'm about to tell you how can you get your iPhone 10 on launch day. Alright, so we're back. Okay, so how can you get the iPhone 10 on November 3rd? I know a lot of people skip the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus because they decide they want the iPhone X or iPhone 10, how Apple wants us to call it. But it's gonna be a little hard. It's gonna be really hard. And the first thing is that you're not gonna get the iPhone 10 on November 3 if you didn't pre-order on October 27, and that is this coming Friday. So unless you're one of those people who go and stay outside the Apple store for days and days and you're one of those first in line, you're not gonna get the iPhone X on launch day. So if you want to get it on November 3rd, you need to pre-order. And let me make something clear also. When I say you gotta pre-order on October 27, don't think that you're gonna have the chance to wake up at 12 noon, at 8 a.m. or whatever time you wake up, and you're gonna go online and you're gonna be able to pre-order and you're gonna have the device on November 3rd. This is more complicated than that. If you know Apple history, especially with this phone, which everybody, or I'm not gonna say everybody, most of the users skip the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus to buy this one. So there's a lot of people waiting for this phone. So when Apple said that you could pre-order starting November 27 at 12:01 Pacific time, you need to be at 12:01 Pacific time in that computer, in that iPad or your iPhone, whatever you're gonna order from, ready to order. Because if you don't do that, within minutes it's gonna be gone, it's gonna be sold out, and you might not even get a chance to get your hand in one of this device till next year if you're lucky. Okay, so let's start with this. Let me give you the tips that are gonna almost guarantee you gonna get one of these devices on November 3rd. So the first tip I'm going to give you, and I think this is the most important one, because if you don't get this one right, it doesn't matter the other tips that I'm going to say, they're not going to work. So why I say this, because this is about the time. You need to know what time is going to be in your area when it's 12 a.m. Pacific time. Alright, so if you live outside the United States, you need to know what time is in your country when that clock turns 12 on this coming Friday. And the same goes for everybody who live in the United States. And this is not hard to find out. It's really simple. You can either go on the internet, Google it, and it's gonna come out, or you can download the Google Assistant. And if you don't have the Google Assistant app installed, I'm going to leave you the link in the description so you can get it. And once you get it, you can add a widget to it. And if you do add a widget, all you have to do is just tap on the mic and ask the question. What is the time in New York when it's 12 a.m. Pacific time?
3 a.m. Monday in New York, New York.
What is the time in Mexico when it's 12 a.m. Pacific time?
2 a.m. Monday in Mexico City, CDMX, Mexico.
So you get the idea. So make sure you do this ahead of time. Do it now after you watch this video. Go ahead and do it if you haven't done it, if you don't know what time is in your area on Pacific time. Okay, so another thing why I don't do this with Siri, because Siri doesn't give you the time differences. So I already tried and it doesn't work. So that's why I say Google Assistant. So, and this application is really good. I recommend it. And the next tip I'm going to give you guys is that you need to download the Apple Store if you haven't done it already. Not the App Store, the Apple Store. This application is really important if you want to pre-order on Friday, October 27. It is going to be close to impossible to pre-order using your computer. So the best chances you get to pre-order this is through the Apple Store. So you can download it on your iPhone, on your iPad or iPad Touch. So if you do not have an iOS device, you're gonna have to ask one of your friends to borrow their iPad or iPad Touch or maybe iPhone, because this is not available on Android or any other OS. Alright, so once you get the Apple App Store, let's jump into the next tips. So on Monday, Apple sent emails to their upgrade program customers so they could get a head start on the upgrade process. And this is really cool because it's gonna save you time. It skip a few steps that you don't have to go through on October 27. So if you enroll in the upgrade program, make sure you do this because it's gonna save you a lot of time, and that is what you're not gonna have on Friday. So as you can see on top, I already went through the pre-approved process, so I'm ready to pre-order on Friday. So if you are in the upgrade program, make sure you do this, because every minute or every second that you can save put your chances even higher so you could get this phone, or at least pre-order this phone on Friday. Now the next tip, I think everybody should do it. Even if you have the upgrade program, if you do this, this will put your chances even close to 100 to get the iPhone X. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the iPhone X to our favorite, and this is going to skip a lot of steps. If you do this now, you're going to see that you're going to save a lot of time comes Friday. Okay, so we're going to go to the phone section, and right on top is the iPhone X. So we're going to press on the iPhone X, and then it's going to take us to another page, and then you're going to press what it says iPhone X 5.8 inches display, and it's going to take us to the next page. This mine says T-Mobile because it automatically detects what carrier you're using. So if you got AT&T, you're going to see AT&T or Verizon or Sprint or whatever carrier you have. So here we're going to press what it says buy a new phone. Don't press upgrade this phone. That's for the upgrade program. And I'm going to assume if you have the upgrade program, you already went through, or you're going to go through the pre-approval process. So we're going to hit what it says buy a new phone, and then it's going to take us to the page where we're going to choose our carrier. I think that when you buy a phone through Apple at a full price, I think any of the carriers that you choose, the phone will be online. But just to be safe, just choose the carrier that you're using right now and select it, and it's gonna take you to the next step. This is where you're gonna start choosing the color of your phone. So right now we only got space gray and silver. So choose the one that you want, just in black, and now you're gonna get to choose the capacity. So I'm just gonna choose 64, but you got two different capacity, 256 gig and 64. So once you choose it, then it's gonna take you to the next page, and it's gonna ask you how you want to pay, with the upgrade program, which we're not gonna do, or pay in full. So pay in full is the one that we're gonna choose, is the one on the bottom. It's $9.99, the 64 gigabytes, and $1,149 for the 256 gigabytes. So once you choose the one that you want, it's gonna take you to the next page, and this is gonna be the most important part. So here, right on top on the right hand corner, you're gonna see the heart. So we're gonna press on that heart, and this is gonna save all those steps that we did, and it's gonna save it to our favorite section. And this is just one click away. So let's say you just open the app, so you go to what it says account, and it's right there on your favorite. So you press on it, and you're gonna see that it's gonna take you right there. You see, you skip all the other steps. So this is gonna be really important. This is gonna save you a lot of time. So when Apple make this phone available for pre-order on Friday, you're going to be ahead of a lot of people. So make sure you do this, and make sure you save it to your favorite. Now, one last thing. Make sure that your Apple Pay is set up correctly everything is working. Make sure that you can make purchases without any issue. So I would suggest just go into the Apple Store and make a purchase just to make sure that it's working. Even if you go back and cancel it, at least you know that it's working. So just go and get anything, get a van, get whatever. So I'm just gonna show you. Gonna go and choose any band here, and I suggest you guys do the same thing, because if that day comes and you got everything set up and that Apple Pay doesn't work, that's it. I don't think you're gonna get it. Okay, so let me show you something. Now you see this part here, add to bag. This is as far as we got when we was adding our phone to our favorite. Apple didn't let us go further than this, but let me show you how far are you from getting this phone after this part. So one, we click on add to bag, and then we're gonna click on the corner on the bag, right? And that's it. Now all you have to do is just press what it says buy with Apple Pay. And this is what I told you, make sure your Apple Pay is working, because if you get to this part and you press on that buy with Apple Pay and it's not working, you're gonna be really sad. And if you decide to go with the other payment option, it's gonna take you more time, and that's what we don't want. We want to do this fast. Okay, so like I said, make sure your Apple Pay is working, buy something, and if you don't want that, just cancel it and there is gonna be no problem. Apple will refund you. Okay, so good luck everybody. I hope you all get this phone, or at least get to pre-order this phone. And that's it for this one. I hope you like the video. If you like it, please hit that thumbs up. Also subscribe if you haven't done it. Hit that share button. If you have any question or anything to add, or another tip that I forgot to mention and you guys know, leave it in the comment. You can follow me on Twitter at Apple School. Till the next one.